What is up, YouTube? James Baek here. Welcome back to another episode of VGC 2019 Back-to-Back Battles. Today, we're using the Palkia Kyogre team once again with Palkia, Kyogre, Incineroar, Amoonguss, Tapu Lele, and Hawlucha. Let's get started and play some games. If you haven't checked out the previous episodes, I highly recommend go check it out. But yes, it has been an amazing start. Thank you all so much for the support for VGC 2019. I really do appreciate it, and I'm really glad that everyone is enjoying the content. As we find our first opponent, 1707 rating from Germany. Wow. Oh, some old classics. We're gonna see the Rotom Wash, the Groudon, Xerneas, Smeargle. Oh boy, if there's something I don't like, it's Smeargle, Xerneas. But yeah, we're facing Smeargle, Xerneas, which is not exactly fun. Yeah, that's not fun. How do I want to approach this? I need Incineroar, probably. I don't really need Hawlucha here. I need Amoonguss. Do I need Lele? I don't really need Lele. I don't really need terrain control. I think I'll lead Palkia plus Incineroar. You'll lead Palkia plus Incineroar. I don't see a reason not to. Have Amoonguss plus Kyogre in the back. But what if you lead something else? I kind of actually want to. I kind of want to lead Palkia plus Amoonguss. You know, I'm gonna lead Palkia plus Amoonguss because if you lead Xerneas, I might pressure you to not Geomancy. But the thing is, I kind of what I want to do is try to pressure my opponent and go like Kyogre and Hydro Pump to Xerneas. This might work, this might not, because it depends. Because there could be like a Follow Me coming out from the Smeargle turn 1, for instance. I'm not sure if you fake out when I do have a Tapu Lele potentially, but we'll find out here. Let's see. It's going to be Smeargle, Xerneas. No surprise there. As I think I do want to make the Kyogre play. Palkia is super important in this matchup though, so am I willing to risk it immediately? This is the thing. I don't really want to risk it immediately. I think I'll go for... I feel like you should follow me with Smeargle. Because if I switch into Lele here, and yeah, I don't... I feel like Moonblast is coming out. I don't want to risk Palkia. I think I'm going to go Incineroar here, actually, and go for the Protect with Amoonguss. I wonder if my opponent knows that I am potentially the red card on Amoonguss. We'll see here, because I think if you do suspect red card, you're just going to go for maybe a fake out into Amoonguss and Moonblast my Incineroar. So we'll see what comes out here. We will go for the Intimidates here. Let's see what my opponent does, as we will protect Amoonguss. And let's see, it's going to be the fake out coming out into the Palkia slot, so good thing I didn't do that. And yeah, it's a Moonblast, so perfect. At least I don't lose my Palkia, which is the important Pokemon in this match. That does a lot of damage though, however, so I do have to be wary. A Smeargle going to get a Moody Boost, going to get its defense and a attack fall. Okay. As much as I would love to keep Incineroar around, it's not absolutely necessary. I do have Palkia to deal with the Ferrothorn. So I think maybe just going for a fake out into Smeargle, since if this one doesn't carry Protect, my opponent's in trouble. I think I'm just going to fake out the Xerneas and Smeargle and go for Spore here. We're going to see the Smeargle retreat, so maybe I should have doubled up that slot. Incineroar going to come out from my opponent. Ooh. Okay. Gets interesting. Xerneas is going to protect us. So I could have faked out Spore the Smeargle, which is what I probably should have done. I was worried about Xerneas switching in for the other slot. This is looking pretty bad now, but it's not exactly the worst case, depending on the situation. But it is looking pretty bad now. I could go for a U-turn. The thing is, my opponent gets a free Moonblast. Like, this Xerneas is still in trouble, even non-boosted, since there is a Groudon. I'll go for the U-turn and protect. Yeah. I'll because I think it's fine. You're gonna Flare Blitz or Fake Out the Amoonguss. Yep, and Moonblast. Oh, you actually Geomancy here. Okay, that's ideal here, I think. That's ideal, yeah. So, I feel like my opponent did expect a red card, so let's see. Because I want to assume my opponent knows. If you expect red card, you're going to protect and go for a attack here. Oh, man, I could be risking it all. Like, do I want to risk it all is the question. I mean, I could go Kyogre, because Kyogre has no drawbacks, realistically. The drawback is, though, Groudon comes in. I think I'll still go Kyogre, though. Because you're not going to switch out the Xerneas slot. You would switch out the, Incineroar slot, if anything. Yeah, so I think I'm okay with this trade. I'll go for the Scald into... Or do I go for Origin Pulse? I think Origin Pulse is better, actually. And I'll go for the Spore into the Incineroar slot in case there is a switch out. If Xerneas attacks, it just activates my red card. So we're going to see the switch out into the Smeargle coming out, which is fine for me. I'm guessing Xerneas protects here. Yeah, perfect. Okay, so that's actually really good for me because I'm able to get the Spore off into the Smeargle slot. Yeah, getting that Spore off in the Smeargle slot is absolutely huge. So this is not looking like a bad situation now. It might have been looking pretty bad earlier, but now it's not too bad. Especially since if there is no Groudon, it could actually beat a Ferrothorn in the back. I might actually have a really good shot at winning this. So we do get the Spore off. Smeargle's Moody is going to activate. It is going to be a defense boost and a special defense boost. I wonder if you can hear the sirens. There are sirens coming out right now. Okay, so in case Moonblast comes out, I just go out into my thing. I go out into my Incineroar because I don't need Incineroar anymore, and I'll just Spore the Xerneas. Yep, you can hear the sirens, I'm pretty sure. They're literally like right outside my door. Okay. But yeah, we Spore the Xerneas and sack Incineroar here because Incineroar is not really necessary anymore. Once I get this Xerneas basically unboosted with either the red car or I get Spore off in the Xerneas, I'm in a pretty solid position here. So I'll definitely take this position. And since we did Spore the Smeargle, that's really good because Fake Out can't activate my red card. Yeah, like this is looking pretty good as Incineroar will come out. Pretty sure it's gonna be the... Pretty sure it's just gonna be the Fake Out attempt and Moonblast. I wouldn't expect Gleam here. I really wouldn't expect Gleam if I was my opponent. Yep, just gonna go for the Moonblast, which I'm okay with. So we will see that activate into the Incineroar, but that's fine. I get a Spore off, and then I can clear Smog. Even if this, I guess maybe the worst case is Smeargle wakes up, gets a Follow Me, and then Xerneas wakes up the following turn to avoid my clear Smog. Oh no, that's ugly. That's ugly. Not the worst case though. We'll go on to my Kyogre here. Yeah, and I absolutely need to clear Smog into this Xerneas. If this Smeargle stays asleep, I'm really set here. Like, I'm really set here. Let's find out if it does. Again, Palkia is looking pretty good to clean up this game too, especially if I just get damage on the Ferrothorn, because Hydro Pump KOs everything. The Xerneas is going to stay asleep, I think, trying to do whatever. Smeargle, no attempt for a Wide Guard, it looks like. We will just be able to get a War Spout off, and that will just be able to knock out the Smeargle. I try to eliminate as much background noise as I can with my fan, but this area gets pretty noisy. I do apologize for that, as we will get a clear Smog off into Xerneas, and now that Xerneas is not boosted anymore, so Water Spout will be able to KO the following turn. Kyogre will be able to outspeed it, even if there's, let's say, the... What are you going to go out with? Ferrothorn? I guess Ferrothorns are only out here. Like, at this point, Palkia is going to clean up if Ferrothorn is your back Pokemon, because Flamethrower will KO. We're going to see the Groudon come out, which is okay here. I'll just click Water Spout and Spore. I really don't see a reason not to. I could see you trying to read my Kyogre switch and go for like a Fire Punch into Amoonguss, but Water Spout pretty much OHKOs the entire team anyway. I'm pretty sure Water Spout should knock out Xerneas at that range. And even if it doesn't, I'm still in a good spot because as long as Kyogre is able to get a Water Spout off, we're still in a really solid position regardless. And yeah, we'll just go for the Spore because if we go for the Precipice Blades here, it's completely okay for me. Yeah, it's completely okay if you do go for Precipice Blades, because my Amoonguss will live Precipice Blades plus a Moonblast. So there's not really many options for my opponent right here. Like, you're in a really, really difficult spot right here. I think you would have to be like Scarf Groudon. But even then, I don't think that's going to help. Maybe Weakness Posse. If it's Weakness Posse, Precipice Blades, that could be really bad. We do not got the Xerneas, which is really good. I don't have to deal with Fairforn either, as I realized. As Xerneas is going to go down. Precipice Blades will come out, so just going to do as much damage to my my Kyogre as possible, but I could just switch out Kyogre, and red card's actually going to activate, so now I can actually Spore the Incineroar slot. Oh, that's actually amazing, because that means I don't have to worry about like the fake out pressure. Oh, that's actually really amazing. So that's great. That is great. Take this nap, Incineroar. I completely forgot that I didn't use my red card earlier with Amoonguss. So either way, I was okay with that situation. So we do get Spore off into that Incineroar. Unless it was safety goggles. I can't tell if its eyes are closed. I'm pretty sure it is. Groudon will come out. No big deal. Yeah, I just don't see a way my opponent gets out. There's maybe some misses on my side. Like you really need. Yeah, Incineroar's asleep. I can just go Palkia here. We'll go for the Spore into the Groudon slot. And then next turn, if I have both my Pokemon alive, I just click Flamethrower into Groudon and Rage Powder. So yeah, there's not really much my opponent can do here. Bring out the Palkia. That's, yeah. Fire Punch going to go out into the Amoonguss. Incineroar's going to be taking its first turn to sleep. I just click Water Spout, because Water Spout should be able to knock out the Groudon. I think Water Spout and the Spatial Rend should just clean up this game. I could also click Scald and Hydro Pump, but I don't really want to miss attacks. I could also Scald the Incineroar and go for Spatial Rend, but I don't want to risk Groudon critting me, because Groudon's probably the only thing that could actually come back in this game. Incineroar really can't. So yeah, we'll just go for Water Spout and a Spatial Rend into the Incineroar. I think it gives me my best odds of winning this game. So we'll go for the Spatial Rend and the Water Spout, and that should be game. Match is going to be forfeited. We do take a win. So really nice win. Smeargle Xerneas can be definitely scary, but if you're able to capitalize them playing too defensive with the Xerneas, you're able to just really put yourself in a solid position where, especially for Amoonguss, they're worried about Clear Smog, they're worried about Spore, they have to keep rotating, but if you can Spore that opposing slot, it's really good for you because of the fact that then their Xerneas is wide open, and you can't exactly switch out Xerneas. If you switch out your Xerneas, you lose your boost, and if you stay in, you either put to sleep and then lose your boost the following turn, or you just lose the boost immediately, which all are pretty bad for you regardless. So yeah, I'm really happy about how those turns really played out. Like, the first few were a bit difficult because it was kind of annoying for me to find a good lead matchup. I couldn't exactly nuke the Xerneas with Hydro Pump because I couldn't switch into Hydro Pump. I mean, I couldn't exactly go for Hydro Pump when there's a Groudon that could just switch in and reduce the damage. So yeah, I had to play really, really carefully, and luckily was able to pull off. Amoonguss doing a ton of work there, sporing the partner, able to Spore and then Clear Smog Xerneas. I'm very happy about how Amoonguss played. And Incineroar, you did work. Like, the support you did was incredible. As a Japanese opponent, 15-18 rating as our second opponent for today. Bring the team of Incineroar, Kyogre, Triple Grass, it looks like, Xerneas, Whimsicott, Ludicolo, and Amoonguss. So, I'm trying to think. Do I lead Hawlucha Lele here? It's not that bad. I kind of want to lead Palkia though. This is weird. I don't think I bring Kyogre in this, but if I don't bring I don't have to bring Kyogre though. I bring Amoonguss. Yeah, I bring Amoonguss. I bring Palkia. I think I lead Palkia plus Hawlucha, because if you lead the Ludicolo, I could just switch on to Lele immediately and protect, which I think is definitely worth. Or I could just Tailwind Acrobatics or do whatever, and if you lead the Xerneas, I could potentially knock it out with Hydro Pump. No, I don't bring Kyogre. I think I have to bring Amoonguss. Yeah, this is going to be a weird matchup because it's going to be really how well does my opponent play with the leads. I think leads are really big in this format. And, you know, leads are always important, but it's really hard to come back sometimes if your opponent leads something aggressive that can just do a lot of damage off, because all that damage trying to switch in or you have to sack Pokemon immediately can really just hurt you. So leads are very important, especially with legendaries back allowed. It's going to be that Kyogre and a Whimsicott, so interesting decision here. We're going to find out if this Kyogre is faster or my Hawlucha is faster. Oh wait, no, I mean my Palkia. We're going to see these Drizzle activate, which is fine. So it is going to be a Scarf Kyogre. Interesting stuff here. I kind of just want to go. I could activate my red card. Not really sure if it's worth. I think do you click Water Spout or do you click Thunder immediately? That's the question. Because if you click Water Spout, I kind of want to go on to Mungus and go for the Spatial Rend into the Kyogre slot. There are a lot of ifs, and this Whimsicott's really annoying too because the Encore pressure is frustrating for me as well. I think I'm going to go for Spatial Rend in the Kyogre and just protect my Hawlucha. I don't see a really big reason not to. I'm not sure if Fake Tears plus Thunder knocks out my Palkia. Maybe I should have just double protected here and scouted for it. We're just going to see Tailwind, which is alright. I'll take that for sure. And we'll see what my opponent decides to do. It is going to be just an Origin Pulse, so it's not really going to do too much, which I'm very happy about. So Origin Pulse into my slots. Really doesn't do much to Palkia. Palkia able to take that really well since it does quad resist. Here comes the Spatial Rend into the Kyogre, doing about half, which is pretty good. And now at this stage of the game, I'll go for Hydro Pump. The reason I'm going to go for Hydro Pump is because I think I'm going to go Amoonguss here to activate my red card and see if I can, you know, a bit of lottery. If I can get Xerneas in and just get a Hydro Pump off, I'm in a fantastic spot. If it's Ludicolo, not the worst case, but that's still annoying. Ooh, Fake Tears coming out. So it's not even Encore. That's targeted to Palkia, so I'm going to be taking a lot more damage. Origin Pulse does connect with both, which is good for me. Palkia, I would have loved to avoid, but you know, can't complain. Here comes my red card. Give me the Xerneas. Give me the Xerneas. Ludicolo, dang it. It's Xerneas. Oh, please. Please. Please, Palkia. Please. Ah! Dang it. Oh, man. I made the play, too. Like, you all saw I made the play. I wonder what my opponent's face would have been. That would have been priceless. Oh, if that hit. We'll go on a Tapu Lele, set up the Psychic Surge, and we'll go for a Clear Smog into... Where do we go for the Spore? I'm worried about Geomancy. Even if we Geomancy... I mean, a Taunt. I feel like... I'll just go for the Spore and the Xerneas, though. I don't see a reason not to. Xerneas is going to retreat. Ludicolo coming out? Yeah, it's Ludicolo. Okay. I'm okay with Ludicolo coming out. I am losing so much momentum, though. I wish I got a Clear Smog off into the Whimsicott then. We do bring out the Psychic Surge, so my opponent won't be able to taunt or anything. Actually, no, I covered the taunt play. Never mind. Fake Tear is going to come out into the Amoonguss. Okay. So probably trying to get an Ice Beam off the following turn. I don't really need Tapu Lele. I just needed the terrain. I do kind of want to prevent my opponent from getting Tailwind up later in the game, so I think I'm just going to go for the Taunt and Clear Smog into the Whimsicott, because then Hawlucha is just able to Acrobatics to Ludicolo. I still try the Fake Tears, but it doesn't work that way. Ice Beam going to come out into Amoonguss. It's fine, because I'm really special defensive. Yep. No Freeze, which is good. We do get a Taunt off. I wonder if this Whimsicott has an attacking move or not. I'm really not sure. Is Clear Smog going to come out? Does target the Whimsicott. Should bring it down to a Focus Sash. Or not even. Wow. Tailwind peters out. We can go for the Psychic into the Whimsicott. Or do we? I want to say Whimsicott switches out, but I can't exactly 100% say for certain. I think I'm going to go Hawlucha here because, you know, health on Hawlucha isn't that important. I'll live an Ice Beam 100% after the Seed Boost, and then I can threaten the Ludicolo with Acrobatics. So, yeah. I'm okay with this, and Ice Beam should confirm you have Grass on, you have a Water type move, you should have Fake Out on this team. So most likely Ludicolo slot I can always target with an Acrobatics and get big damage off. The Kyogre is weakened at this point, so I don't know if Acrobatics will knock out. It might be able to. But yeah, we'll just go Hawlucha here. It could be a Moonblast though coming out from this Whimsicott, which could be scary depending on the situation. Ice Beam is going to come out, target down my Hawlucha slot, but with the Seed boost, able to take it. And Beat Up. Wow. Out of all the moves, I'm surprised to see Beat Up. The reason I'm surprised to see Beat Up is I don't think my opponent had a justified Pokemon. I'm fine with getting rid of Whimsicott. Yeah, I could have got damage on Ludicolo, but the damage shouldn't matter. Unless maybe it's a Spatial Rend point. Rain stops too, so Ludicolo no longer has the Swift Swim. So actually Tapu Lele is faster than the Ludicolo at this point. Which is good, and since Tapu Lele hasn't taken initial damage, if you send out Xerneas, but you send out Kyogre instead, okay. I mean, you can't Water Spout, you can Origin Pulse, but that won't knock out Hawlucha. Yeah, I'm pretty happy about my spot here because I feel like Amoonguss should be able to win this game. I think I double up the Ludicolo slot because if there is a switch into Xerneas, I do want to catch it. So I'll go for the Acrobatics Psychic. Looks like my opponent might be giving me both Pokemon here, as I will be able to get an Acrobatics off, knock out the Ludicolo. I don't think you should be able to knock my Tapu Lele out with Actually, Origin Pulse might. I mean, no. Wait, Beat Up. Ooh, the chip damage is enough, and actually knocks out my Hawlucha. Ooh. Still a game. But I mean, might come down to me hitting Hydro Pump at this point. Yeah, I think it comes down to me hitting a Hydro Pump. So basically the situation is now, I'm actually surprised the Origin Pulse didn't knock out my Hawlucha. I have some investment, but I guess it's not enough. We'll go out into my Amoonguss and Palkia here, as we do see the Xerneas come out, and yeah, I mean, Origin Pulse isn't doing too much, and I should have 2 Life Orb hits. Here's the thing, if I don't hit this Hydro Pump now, I put myself in a position where I probably handle the situation best, but I need to hit the Hydro Pump into Xerneas now, and hope it's not bulky. It shouldn't be bulky Xerneas on this team. I think it's a very offensive Xerneas. Or maybe Fizz Dev Xerneas, but yeah. Let's see, Palkia. Maybe I should just Protect Sport. But what does that really cover if the Xerneas goes for a Gleam next turn and I don't connect the Hydro Pump anyway? So close. Well, that's the thing. We've been pretty lucky to hit our Hydro Pump so far, so you can't really complain too much. I did put myself in positions where I could potentially knock out the Xerneas twice, but unfortunately not able to pull through. And yeah, I don't think Amoonguss will have enough firepower to break through. Let's see how much Clear Smog does at neutral to the Xerneas. But yeah, it's basically a matter of time. I don't have enough recovery. Yeah, my opponent's even going to protect the Xerneas. Not really much of a difference there. If I had Grass Knot, maybe that could have been a thing. But since I don't carry Grass Knot, there's not really a difference here. Yeah. So I'm just going to go for the Clear Smog and the Xerneas. Just waiting for this Kyogre to wake up so I can meet my demise from the Origin Pulse. What's my opponent thinking about? Kyogre's still asleep. Let's see if my opponent just goes for Geomancy or Moonblast. It's just going to be the Moonblast. Okay. Would have been funny just to see the Geomancy so I can get rid of the stat boost. Looks like 2 Moonblasts are even able just to pick up the knockout onto my Amoonguss. So, go for the Clear Smog. 25%. Wow, that actually does quite a bit. I know it's super effective, but dang, that did more than expected. Okay, but that's game. I can't win this game. It's a good game to my opponent. Again, it just came down to me hitting some Hydro Pumps in the end. I mean, Origin Pulse misses, but I mean, it doesn't really matter too much. And again, the first one wasn't guaranteed. I was able to get a potential roll. I guess maybe I should just protect the Tapu Lele. I guess maybe that was a mistake. Maybe not protecting Tapu Lele so I could maybe Spore the Kyogre immediately, sack Tapu Lele when Xerneas and Kyogre are out on the field. And then I get to bring out my Palkia, and then I get maybe 2 attempts to hit Hydro Pump. But even then, like, again, if I don't hit Hydro Pump, the Xerneas, I mean, it didn't reveal Dazzling Gleam, but you most likely want to assume that the Xerneas carries Dazzling Gleam, because most of them do carry Moonblast, Dazzling Gleam, Geomancy, and Protect. If it didn't have Dazzling Gleam, I guess that's a bit upsetting, because I could have just Rage Powder Hydro Pumped, but then again, Kyogre could have waked up and gone for an Origin Pulse. I could have got a second turn wake, potentially. So yeah, there were a bunch of ifs, but all down, it just comes down to hitting her attacks, and we weren't lucky. But, I mean, Palkia's hit a lot of crucial Hydro Pumps, so I can't really complain. We've went for Hydro Pumps a lot, and we've hit a lot of them. So, yep, that is going to be it for today's episode of VGC 2019 Back to Battles. I hope that everyone enjoyed it. If you did, please leave a like down below. Shows the support. As well as you can check out the rest of my stuff in the description down below, such as my social medias. Be sure to follow me on my Twitch channel. If you want to support the channel, feel free to on Patreon, as I am on Patreon. And, yeah, you can check out the previous episodes if you missed them down below in the description. There's a playlist and the previous episode if you haven't missed it, and I'm surprised you watched this entire episode if you missed the previous one. But of course, there is always more stuff in the description, as well as if you want to try out the team. The QR code is down below if you want to try out this team, and there is a paste bin of this team if you do want to go try it on Showdown and know the EVs, the movesets, etc. The next time will be the last episode with this team, so ooh, and it's lagging for the last bit of this episode, which is unfortunate. Luckily, I don't think it really came to play in the battles, but yeah. The next time will be the last episode with this team, and then we will move on to a brand new team. So yeah, it should be pretty exciting. Hope everyone enjoyed, and I'll catch you around in another video. Have a great day, people. Until we battle again, I'll catch you all soon.